Let's get it. Nation. Another night, man. We in the building. We are here with a living legend, my OG, the big homie, Violator, man. How you doing, brother?
Man, feeling blessed, Graphk. Always a pleasure to come on your show, man. Like I've been encouraging you since the first time I spoke with you about keeping your platform positive and always uplifting because as a nation, worldwide, we deal with enough negativity. So we need to bring some light into the room.
Yes, sir. And that always stuck with me the first time you told me that. The nation doesn't know, but me and you have talked a million times. We did a video with each other before I even really got this going. And you gave me so many jewels, man. And a lot of that stuck with me. And a lot of that, like you said, you got to keep pushing, plant seeds. I've been doing that, man. Like a lot of these other guys that's on the rise with the YouTube and doing other things. I've been trying to, do as much as I can possible, man, to help groom the future, man. And not even just on this, but in life. You know what I mean? So shout out to you, brother, man. I know you got some great things in the works right now. New of the Ford Hall of Fame. Congratulations. How was that, man? Like, how was that? Look, I did it every day. I voted every day. I told everybody, all the subscribers, vote, 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 vote. And to see it happen was just truly a blessing, man. I felt like I got inducted. You feel me? So it felt good, man. How do you feel about that, man?
You know what, brother? Let me start with this. And I want to give the utmost thanks to the nation. Now, other people got involved, but the nation really showed up and made their voices heard. And I heard that from some of the executives at Ford. And this is how they put it to me. They were looking at all the voters as our teams. And when I got the call that I had made the top three, they said, your team went above and beyond for you. That means the numbers were stacked. So hats off.
Oh, man.
To the nation. Look, and I kept saying during the whole campaign, because I thought that the truck was part of the grand prize, but we were kind of misinformed. But it's okay because, I kind of let that dampen my spirits for about an hour or two. And then I started thinking, wait a minute, I'm a man of faith. When one door closes, God swings another one open that's even bigger than the one that closed. So I left Tampa just on a high, and I'm still on it, that it actually happened. To go in August and get this blue jacket with that Hall of Fame ring and a display that's going to stay there this time.
Oh, man.
It's fan immortality, and the whole nation goes in with me. That's the way I look at it.
Yes, sir. How was the whole Tampa Bay experience? I mean, I know our Raiders wasn't there. I know it was a Tom Brady Super Bowl against our biggest rival. But how was the whole trip? How was the whole experience?
First class and red carpet all the way. But here's the thing, this silver and black stood out like a sore thumb. And we were proud to walk around in it. And, they were like, well, why are you here? So I got a chance to tell my story over and over the whole time. But the tip of the iceberg was getting that second knock from Big Dave. Man. And they made us wait about 3 hours, man, just like, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? And we weren't to leave the room that we were in. So your mind and your nerves start playing tricks on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And, that was the coolest video with Big Dave, though. That was the coolest part to me, man.
Look, when the knock is when it got real, though. When I heard that knock, because here's a trick they played on me. I was the last one that got the knock. So this was all planned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is how God forms it, man. I'm hearing them knock at other doors in the distance. And then when they got to my door, they did this skit like, oh, Mr. Baker, thank you for coming out today. Oh, it was so great. We've got some great contestants, and we'll see you on the next time in. And it's outside of my door now, and then it went silent. So my wife and I are sitting there, and I'm thinking, and I'm still mic'd up now. So mind you, what I really felt, I couldn't say.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting there like, what, I'm saying, what is really going on? But I'm mumbling because I
Yeah.
noticed I got this mic on me, and the sound guy can hear he could hear me breathing, I'm sure. And about 3 minutes go by, dead silence. I'm like, wow. My wife was even tempted to go peek out the door. I'm like, we can't peek out. All of a sudden, boom, 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 like a thunderstorm, man.
The calm before the storm. The calm before the storm. Hey, look,
Yeah.
I had never had a doubt, man. Look, the nation, we have the best fan base in all of sports, man. When we seen it coming, when we seen that, we're like, oh, we're gonna make this happen. There was there's no ifs, ands, or buts. And not even just, it's not just us. I want you to tell them a little bit about your story because this is why you deserve this so much. We know you have a book, and to be honest, I'm about to order that tonight. I have not done it yet. I need to order the book. There you go. The
Gotta
walk.
get it. Gotta
Yep.
get it.
The footsteps of
Shameless.
my journey.
That's my plug right there. You gotta get it, bro. But this tells about how the passion and the fire began as a kid. I was considered not your normal kid because I didn't play like normal kids my age played. Was kind of like way ahead of my time. I always thought outside of the box, and you can see how I'm dressing. Where does that come from? Um,
Yeah.
but when I saw this logo in a Raiders game as an eighth grader, I made up my mind. Wherever that team is from, that's where I'm going. That's going to be home. That's how much it just hooked me as an eighth grader. Two swords and a pirate, one-eyed pirate. That talked to me,
Hey,
man.
let the nation know. I know. Well, how was that trip? Like, 'cause I know you were really young, and you ended up going west. How was that? How was that whole like? Just how was it? I mean, I know it had to be a little nerve wracking, man. Going from where you were all the way to California and chasing down that shield, man.
But let me tell you this. First of all, there was no nerves involved because when you focus on destiny or purpose, which I hadn't grown enough to know that was purpose, but I'm
Yeah.
going to get closer to this. I didn't even talk about it to the people around me because when I first mentioned it, everybody snickered. Oh man, that's way over on the other side of the world. I don't care. It's still in the US. And
Yeah.
when I saw the palm trees, the beach, and this, that's where I'm going. That's going to be home. I asked my mom for 4 years of high school to move, and she worked in the medical field. So I'm
Hmm.
thinking you could get paid 3 times as much as where we were in Mississippi. She says, baby, this is home to me.
Yeah.
She didn't know how much that just crushed me for her to say it with conviction, like, I ain't leaving here.
Yeah.
So I took that and flipped it. Then I ain't leaving when I get there because that's where I'm going. And
Yeah.
all through the rest of my high school year and 2 years of college, which I was sidetracked, but it's all for a reason. I met some great players in
Yeah.
Jackson State, Walter Payton, Jackie Slater, and Robert Brazile
Woo,
to be the
woo.
main three, Ricky Young. I could go on and on, but it was to help me establish what my dreams were. So I'm not going to tell you the whole book, but anyway,
Yeah. Yeah.
my
Yeah.
dream, my thing to the nation, and you know how I spoke with you.
Yes.
Don't be afraid to dream, first of all, because I was always told, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Dream big when you dream. And
Yeah.
then once you figure out what purpose is in life, because we're all here for a purpose, not by accident. When you discover that purpose, brother, dig in like a trout going up to spawn in the fall. In that season when they go spawn,
Yeah.
that's their last hurrah. So they go out flaming, bro.
Let me
That's the
ask you
way.
a question.
Uh,
Let me ask you a quick question, real quick. I don't know if this is in the book, and it may be a little tidbit. How was the experience at your first ever Raider game? Like how was that?
One of those pinch me moments.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. I wasn't dressing then. This was long before I was dressing, but I could walk to the Coliseum from my house. So I'm there, got my ticket, and it was very cheap at the time. But what I did was walk to the peristyle end of the Coliseum. That's the
Yep.
historic part. And
Yep.
me and my 6-pack of Mickeys, which was part of my ritual at that time, I sit there and watch the whole pregame. That
Yeah.
was like ceremonious to me. It was ritual, but I didn't figure it out yet. But just standing there watching that, and I'd watched SC for years play there, and I'm saying, I'm actually standing here, and I got a ticket to get inside. So
Yeah.
already I'm playing the game in my head. First day there, didn't really know anybody, but when I went in there, I never used the seat that I had. I stood. That was how I was feeling. I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna use this energy. Why am I gonna sit down and chill and relax? No, we're at war here, and my team's
Yeah.
at war. So we're gonna bring the noise. That was my mentality long before I put any of that war paint on.
What was the first game? What was the first game that you went to?
Oh God.
Do you remember? I know you've been to a million of them, so I know that's kind of hard to go back and think.
Wow, it was 82 home opener. I can't
Okay.
even remember who we played, man, but it was
Yeah.
like because when we heard the news that they had moved from Oakland to LA, that was like Christmas in July.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
couldn't believe it. So I just like nobody wanted to go. So I went by myself. I'm going to see this for myself. And brother, that love for this right here
Yes.
just went through the roof. And I was hooked.
Yes.
Like I said, I was already hooked, but being there is like a pinch me moment. I'm actually
Yeah.
at a pro game. Now I
Yeah.
say that to say this, Graphk. There's a lot, there's thousands, hundreds of thousands of fans who never get to experience that opportunity.
Yeah. For real,
So I
man.
always think about them when I'm there.
And I love that, man. Like, man, just I know this is really what I want to know real quick because I don't want, like I said, I don't want to ask too much because I want everybody in the comment section get your questions in, but I also want y'all to go grab one of our own books. Go grab the book. I want y'all to see and read the story front to back, and you can kind of. I know I'm gonna be able to visualize everything. I know it's gonna be one of those books where you can just visualize it. Just a little bit. Where did the whole idea of just the costume come together? Where did it come? Like, I don't even want to say a costume because it's not a costume. It's the inner you. You know what I'm saying? Where did it spawn? Like, where did the idea come from?
Here's the deal, and it is a business suit for all those who may have a question. I want to clear that up. That's my black tie affair. Um, Here's the deal. I was always into gladiators. So, there was the balls with the spikes on it, the
Yep.
chains, the armor. So that's where it comes from. So I fused gladiators, pirates, and football all into one unit. That's the look that you got today. But it took me a few years to get to that point. But it's always that vision and that
Yeah.
passion drove me every year to keep getting it to where I wanted to get.
When you first put it on, did you feel like a sense of like, whoo, like just like a sense of power? Because that's what you look like, a powerful, like just, you know what I mean? Like when you wear that, man, like it's crazy. I remember when I was young and I would go to the Coliseum, I seen you all the time. You know what I mean? Growing up in Sacramento, I drove to Oakland all the time to go to watch games. And I would see you and I always be like, wow, like that's just like it's like a movie. You know what I mean? Like how did you feel when you first put it on and you got it together? Was it just like this is me? Was it like a
It was me in the works, Graphk. But what I felt like was just that ultimate fan. And that's what I started calling myself. This is the ultimate fan because to do that is going way beyond what
yeah,
the average person is willing to go through just for a
yep,
game or just to go anywhere. And but it was natural to me because, like I say, that kindred spirit was always inside. I didn't have a name for it, so when I started putting the war paint on, I gave it a name. And that was just my mentality. You know, defensively, anything on that side of the ball, I'm destroying.
Yep. And look at you now, man, in the Hall of Fame. Couple questions real quick. Jack Kenna, Violator, what was your most memorable game?
Always got to go back to that AFC Championship game against
Tennessee.
Steve McNair and
Yep.
those Tennessee Titans.
Oh,
And
man.
the reason being, long story short, I didn't even have tickets for that game until that morning. The morning of the game, I got a call from the front office to get my ass out of bed, get a flight. That's real talk. Get a flight and get up to Will Call. There were 2 tickets waiting for me. And I think that's about the fastest I'd ever put my stuff on. You know, the transformation. I won't say put my stuff on because that's low-hanging fruit. Transformation, because it's a whole mindset switch. And brother, it's like a great white once that last stripe goes on. But anyway, I fly out of an airport, which is John Wayne Airport in Orange County. Everybody can Google that. Not exactly in my area, but I'd never flown out of there either, fully dressed. So I go in here, and it's right after 9/11. So you know how the atmosphere was.
Yep.
The whole terminal went dead silent.
I can only imagine.
So I just get in line because I got laser focus on now. The eyes are bugged. I'm ready to get to the game. There were some older women in front of me, about 6 of them, traveling together. And I guess they made a ruckus when they got up to the ticket counter because security came and took me up the elevator to do the full body cavity search with an M16. That was unreal. But I don't care what you do to me, as long as I can get on the plane.
There we go. And you got to witness us go to the Super Bowl. You got us witness that.
Yes. That's what I'm thinking about. We're going to win this game, and we're in Qualcomm for the Super Bowl. That's where I was at. So I'm hearing over the security guy's shoulder phone that there's a ruckus down there that these people don't want to get on the plane. Where was that guy with the spikes?
Yeah.
If he's on that flight, we ain't getting on that flight. So they got done with me, hid me on the back of the plane where they do the refreshments and the drinks. I had to stand behind a partition until the plane was full, and then I could sit down in the seat they set aside for me.
That is crazy.
What an experience. And look, I ain't even got to Oakland yet, so you know I'm
And we dog walked them boys. We dog walked
Tennessee. 20-minute flight, man. I hit the ground in Oakland, and we just jumped on the first BART because I knew that would drop me right behind the stadium. All I got to do is walk across the bridge, go get my tickets, and get in.
That's so cool, man.
You talk about an adrenaline rush, man. But, you know, the best part was once I got inside and I got into a back and forth with one of the defensive backs for the Titans. He must have weighed maybe 170 wet. And here's the deal. So this is, you know, so at the end of the game, you know, of course we won the game. It was a great battle, but we came out victorious, man. Because we had a badass team at that time.
We did.
But in our celebration, this guy snuck up between the crowd some kind of way. And you know how the winning coach gets a Gatorade bath?
Yeah.
Well, I got a Gatorade bath to the face. And brother, let me tell you, look, my first instinct, even though my eyes were burning, was to jump the fence and go after this guy. And security says, don't do that, son. He's mad because he's going fishing and your team's going to the Super Bowl.
That is hilarious.
So Graphk, my first question was, well, what you going to do to him? He said, it's already been done.
There you go.
I'm like, okay.
That's real.
So that's by far my most memorable game, man, because of the interaction with the opposition.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. This is a good question, man, from Dylan O'Connor. Violator, do you have an Al Davis story?
Yes, I do. Matter of fact, my best one was when the first day I met him in the LA Coliseum. The usher there, where I stood, he says, look, Al comes up here to go to his box. And I'm like, oh, is that right? He says, don't go nowhere because, I had a tendency to roam around. He said, stay right here. So I'm standing there. So him and Jim Otto come up. Of course, Jim's in front, in the center as he is. He's blocking. So he comes up. The usher opens the gate. Jim looks up after he got up to the steps. He looks up and he's like, well, I ain't going to say what he said. But anyway, he's like, he grabbed my hand and shook it. And he says, I wish I could have worn what you got on. I could have messed up a lot of players. So I knew that was appreciation for the look right there. Al peeps from around Jim to see who the hell Jim's stopping for. And he gives me this look like, what the F is that? And that was my first meeting of Mr. Davis, man. He didn't say much, but he just looked at me, and he's looking at Jim like, and you're talking to him? Well, me and Jim had bonded right in that moment. We bonded, dude. And that's what I remember about Mr. Davis. Like, what the hell? So as the years went on, I moved my seats from behind the bench because that wasn't a rowdy enough section for me. So I moved to the end zone. And I got 4 seats in the end zone. It was all metal bleachers. So that was a weapon in my mind. We can make noise. That's where everything took off, brother. The Pirates Pavilion. Anytime that team got past the 50, those bleachers started rumbling. The people that served that worked in the concession stand, they couldn't even hear the orders because we made that much noise.
That is crazy. Fire story, man. I love it. Big Perm wants to know, which Raider player was the most fun to watch in person?
In person?
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to name one? Let me see.
Name as many as you want. Name as many as you want.
Let me start off. Matt Millen.
Okay. Yeah.
Howie Long.
Monster. Yeah.
Greg Townsend.
Beast.
Jeff Barnes.
Okay. Okay.
Let me see. I'm going down my list here. Damn. Kenny King. Let's see. Let me see.
Oh, that's a fire list already.
Oh, God. No. I mean, I ain't even. Well, of course, Marcus Allen and Bo Jackson. Todd Christensen. I'm talking. These were like technicians on the field to me. Oh man, Henry Lawrence, because even the big uglies on the offense, I admired what they did because they handled their business.
For sure.
Don Mosbar with his short career, man.
That was my boy, man. That was my boy.
I watched him in SC for years, man. Let me see. I know I'm missing some cats, man, but Vince Evans, Cliff Branch.
Oh man.
Even Lester in his at the end of his career, Lester, just Mike Haynes. These guys they were shut down and they had that Raider mentality, dude. How could you not cheer to your horse for these guys? Because they never came out there and half did it, man. So I know I missed a few, but those guys in particular, I would meet them when they came into the stadium. I knew what gate they came in, so I would always greet them to kind of pick their brain. And my attitude way back then was, who we gonna bust up today?
That's so cool, man. Hey, that Raiders fan wants to know, Violator, and just if you had to pick one, who is your favorite Raider of all time?
Brother, I would have to get turned back from the show because I can't name one. I won't do it. I won't do it because we're united under this.
Real Raider.
I
Real
just
Raider
can't
right
do
there.
it.
Real Raider.
Here's the deal. I look at them like my younger brothers. Now, I'm trying to show my age. I look at those cats like my younger brothers that could go to war, and I'm in the stands with a broke leg, so to speak. That mindset. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
I
yeah.
want to be out there with you, but I can't. But you know I'm with you.
Yeah.
So just watching that whole era, man, and like I say, the people that never got to see them live and back in that era, if I could do
Yeah.
that, they don't even have a clue because recently we have not witnessed that nastiness that I'm praying comes back.
That's real. That's real, man. I hope it does too, man. I hope it does too. I know at first, before I answer John before I answer that question, has the whole Vegas experience kind of, I remember when we first talked about it, we were both kind of like, oh my God, like we talked before, this was before Vegas even happened. What is your thoughts now? Like, how are you taking it now? Like, I mean, I know it still hurts. I know this is what all that matters regardless, but how has your mindset changed now? Is it kind of like, okay, cool, we're in Vegas. Where you at with it now?
You remember what I spoke to you earlier before we went on live about spiritual growth
Yes,
and
sir.
just growth in general. Here's
Yes,
the
sir.
deal. As much as my heart aches, it's just as proud that we get to see Al's dream of having his own stadium, and the Death Star is the eighth wonder of the world, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Can't wait till they cut the ribbon. We hit the turnstiles as a family, go in there and leave some DNA in that mug.
There we go. There we go. Two other questions. John wants to know, Violator, what do you think about DC as our quarterback? I know how you feel. We talked about it, but I want to
I'm gonna
know.
make it short and sweet. Make a break season.
Boom. Simple as that. Simple as that. That's real. That's real. We got a bump, man. Everybody, 200 deep in the chat, man. Everybody's wanting to pick your brain. Let me see.
Come on, get some.
Violator, your feelings on the last game in Oakland. I like that.
Here we go. That was like the ultimate family reunion, like one of them 20, 30-year family reunions. And like I say, anybody that was in that parking lot that stumped the yard that day know what I'm talking about. There was so much excitement, so much media out there. It was like a Hollywood film. And they
Yeah.
were filming some stuff for Hollywood that's coming later, I'm sure. But
Yeah.
we didn't even want to go inside. That's how big the party and the fellowship. Let me correct myself. The
The fellas.
fellowship. That's
We go.
how thick it was. We didn't even want to go inside. But upon going inside and just hearing that big O in that noise for the last time, yes, sir. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
Our emotions were at the highest of highs because that was almost like a Super Bowl game for us. But then the outcome of it made it seem like we had went to a wake
Yeah.
because the emotions just went as low as they could go. Me, myself, was fighting tears and just knowing that, it felt like we were getting evicted. We had paid our rent on time for 24 years. Now we're getting evicted. That's the way I felt when the
Yeah.
last second ticked off the clock. And with that, the way the game was given away, that just killed my spirit, man. So I was like in a funk for a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Lloyd Bellamy, man. He said, I've had a season ticket since the Raiders returned from LA. He said, my kids and I have so many picks with you over the years. Thank you, Violator. Shout out to
That's what
Lloyd,
it's
man.
about, brother. And look, that's what it's about, man. Just meeting the people. That's been my biggest joy all these years. Now I'm starting to reflect and look back on it. Just
Yeah.
the people that would have never said hi to me if I was just dressed this way. But that character had opened up so many doors and opportunities. So that's why I tell all these Generation Next that we're grooming right now. See, we got seeds planted and we're cultivating Generation Next as we speak.
Exactly.
Do your
Exactly.
thing, but remember, we're just ambassadors. It's not about stardom. You got to remain humble because if you do that and believe in the man upstairs, he's
Yes,
got a
sir.
purpose for you, but you've got to walk to it.
And that's facts. Hey, that's spoken from a real one right there. Real talk. Hey, shout out to my boy Sebastian, man. My boy Bass. He said, Violator, I met you when I was 8 years old. You're a legend, man. Appreciate you, Bass, for the comment. What do you think right now about our offseason? What do you think? I know we talked last offseason. What do you think? What do you think right now, how we're looking? I know our O-line completely changed up. I know the defense is starting to get beefed up. I love that we're starting to build on that side of the ball. We have to start in the trenches, especially the defensive line, man. We really had a bad defensive line last year. What do you feel about what we got going on right now? Where's your confidence at going into the next season? I know this is before the draft. We still have a lot of moving parts going, but what do you feel so far in free agency?
Here's what I'm going to tell you, Graphk. Now, the years that I've followed this team and the years that I've put in, I've learned this. You almost have to keep your emotions out of the business.
Yes. Yes.
Us as fans, we are very emotional. And that's why the other fan bases don't really get how we're rocking this thing. They don't get it. This is part of us. So the business side of it, I have to always catch myself. Anytime I see a clipping, I just separate it because we're seeing one side of the story. Step back from it, let things develop, because the business is going to go on. The Raiders have been changing for years since free agency. That's when it first hit me, because I couldn't stand to see one of my Warriors go put somebody else's shirt on. That was sacrilegious to me, but that was the business of the game. So I've come to understand that. Here's the deal. There's young talent out there. All we need is a few alpha dogs, and we'll be right back to dominating. And that's the only thing that was missing. We didn't dominate people. We can score, but we couldn't stop anybody.
Exactly.
Once we fix that flat tire, brother, we're on the freeway at full speed.
Yep, that's facts. Shout out to my brother Simone Raider in the chat. He said, just showing love to the OG Violator. Need to meet you sometime. Who do you want us to draft in this year's draft? Is there someone specific that you like, or are you just kind of like, look, I'm giving it to Gus Bradley and Gruden and letting them do the thing?
I've got 2 or 3 that I've been watching, even though we didn't have the combine, but I've been watching their pro days. I like the linebacker from Penn State. I like the D tackle from Alabama, Barnes. I think it's Barnesdale or something.
Christian Barmore?
Barmore, yeah. Talk about a beast, brother. And this edge rusher. Oh man, where's this kid from?
Is it Carlos Basham?
Michigan.
Kwity Paye.
Kwity Paye. Yeah, come on now. Help me. But listen, I ain't even on payroll, bro, but I could go and visit them myself. Look, come on over here, man, because you know they want to wear this. First of all.
Yes.
Tax-free in Las Vegas. Come on, man. Come on.
That's real.
But on the real, we got to focus on that D line, on that D side, period.
Yeah.
We need another safety that can lock down.
Mm-hmm.
I would say roll with the corners we got right now. Give them another year. That's why I always say you can't kick them out the first 2 years. That's a really step up to the plate in my estimation, especially after that Miami game. That was almost unforgivable. But
yeah, man. Oh my God.
I'm just getting it. Look, we need pressure on the quarterback, period.
Yes. No,
we got to bring our nasty back. That's what I want to say it. And people cringe when I say it, but those that's old enough to know what I'm talking about, that's what this is. This ain't nice. This is nasty.
Yeah. Speaking of that, man, last night we did a live on YouTube. We pretty much brought all the big platforms, the major Raider outlets, my brother Simone Raider, Mitchell Renz from the Raiders Report, my boy Raider Honcho, Sanjeet J. We had all of us on live. And I just want people to know that it's bigger than us. It really is all about that, man. Like, I was shocked to see that nobody ever, we all have not been put together before. It was cool to see everybody kind of say ego, pride, everything pushed to the side. It's about this.
Come on.
Yes, man. And a lot of these younger guys that's coming up, that's doing the stuff that I'm doing. I've been really, really, man, trying to push hard for them to be the next guys. And I want everybody in the nation to know, man, I just like Violator. I love this team, man. I love this. Like, this is what it's about to me, man. You know, I may get emotional sometimes and say some crazy things. We all do. A Raider fan. This is what happens. But it's the shield, man. It's all about that shield. And you are one person that I know most people in this chat, man, 230 people in this chat right now, identify with that being a part of what this means. And I just want you to know, man, we love you from the bottom of our hearts, man. We really do appreciate you being, you know, just being that spokesperson for us, man, because, you know, a lot of our guys, a lot of these people in the nation, they feel they don't have a voice. And you're speaking for a lot of people with what you do, man. And I really, really want to tell you, I want to give you your flowers now. And this is even before the, you know, the Hall of Fame, which was deserving. The book, all that is lovely, man. But what you have done for the nation is literally, man, I can never give you as much kudos as you deserve. And we really appreciate you, man. I'm not letting you go yet. I'm just want to ask. I still got some more questions for you, but I just want to give you those flowers, man. We really, really do love you, Violator. That's real, man.
Brother, I appreciate that, Graphk. But let me say this to all of you podcasters, and you know what I'm going to say. I appreciate what you guys are doing because we can get the quote unquote media version, but nobody's going to talk to us and spread the word around the nation as
Like
one of us. So
yes.
I appreciate you guys for putting your egos aside and focusing on what this is all about. The Shield. We are a global nation.
Yes, sir.
Global. Territory
Yes,
don't mean squat because
nothing.
we cover the globe in
Yes,
silver
sir.
and black. That's the mission.
So when are we gonna get a podcast from you?
Well,
You
during
got
the
too many
season,
stories. You got too
during
many
the
stories.
season,
We gotta hear it.
during the season, I do one with my buddy Ref Guru. Look him up on Twitter. I'm a co-host with him during the season, and we always preview the upcoming games. That's our thing, you know. We kind of get into because he and I, you know, from the same old school, so we just kind of break it down. But here's the deal: this podcast is not only for Raiders. We cover all 32, brother. And it was a challenge for me. But as a student of the game, I embrace that and just try to raise my level every week of that. So we live stream all last season. So this year we're hoping.
I seen a lot of them. I seen a bunch of them.
We're hoping that we can do some stuff in person. So that's just stuff that we're kind of working on behind the scenes, man. But just to be able to speak to people about the game and that passion that it takes to be a fan, to be a diehard fan. We're not talking fair weather because there's different levels of fandom.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't intense like me. I understand that. I get it. But for me, it's been therapy for 30, this will be 30 years of dressing. It was therapy. And trust me, it's nothing like that. Win or lose, seeing your team go to battle. I don't know if they get it yet.
Yeah.
I'm sure they missed us this 2020 season. But let me tell you, that Death Star, it may rock 6 inches one way or the other once we get inside.
Yeah, that's real. Hey, one more real quick, because I did watch some of those live streams last season. Let everybody know, where can they follow that at? What I could have swore it was on Facebook. Wasn't it on Facebook?
It's actually on Twitter and YouTube at NFL Nation Live. That's
at NFL Nation Live.
Okay,
there we go.
NFL Nation Live.
You guys subscribe to that. Subscribe. I'm gonna put all the links in the description box when we're done.
Appreciate that, brother.
So I'm gonna make sure, man. And the book, everything, the clothes. I tried to find my shirt today. It was in the wash, man. Oh my God. Every time I wear that shirt, everybody's like, "Oh my God, that is the most fire shirt ever, man." So
but you know what, brother? You know what? It's like I say, that emotion you just displayed, that's what drives us. That's what keeps us there when everybody else is saying our chips are down. We're betting on us.
Yes, sir.
We bet on us.
What's the website again for the clothes as well?
Modo-sport.com. MODO, short for Komodo Dragon. So I want somebody to Google that and tell me about that. That's
Moto.
my hero, Komodo Dragon. Moto-sports.com. You know.
Moto-sports.com. There we go. My brother got a question for you. How did it feel to be nominated by the Hall of Fame legend Howie Long?
Wow. He and I had such a history, man. For him to drive to my house, and I'm not exactly close to LA, for him to drive to my crib. Now, here's a whole caveat for that. I was just fooling into thinking I'm just doing a regular interview, you know, which I've done a few over the years.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of like telling the story, and then I get a knock on the door, and it pissed me off. I'm like, who the fuck is knocking? I'm in the middle of an interview. So they saw the change. I switched. Violator came out right then. Boom, who the fuck? But I had to compose myself, and the director was like, aren't you going to answer that? No. And they was like, well, go ahead and answer. We'll start recording after you come back. And I'm going to the door to cuss somebody out.
And what do you know? Howie Long is at your door.
Here's the deal. I've got stained glass on my front door, so I'm looking through it, and I didn't see nobody there. So I'm getting more pissed as I, hobble up to the door. And it's quite a walk through my galley, which I call, I got all my all-time photos in this galley. It's just a story. If you didn't know me, you'd feel a story just walking through there. So I get to the door. I don't see anybody. So I'm really upset now. So I open the door, and I realize I got this microphone on, so I can't really just, like I said, say what I want to say. I open the door up, and the way they had it playing, as soon as they heard my door open, Howie did a pivot, and he just spins around from my garage, and I'm like, my knees buckled, bro. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, man.
He came with a whole different camera crew, because the camera crew's in my house. He comes with a whole different crew. They're filming. I'm just like, man, I just should have quit playing, man. But he just like, yeah, we got you good.
Oh,
so it was a good setup, man. The best setup I've ever had in my life, man. But to have him come in my crib, and he's looking at all the memorabilia, and for him to go just sit on my patio with me, and that's why I enjoy my B-57s and some bourbon. And I kind of, as my Southern hospitality, I says, look, only thing missing at this set is a cigar and some bourbon. But I knew he was on camera, so he wasn't going to do that. But just the gesture got a grin out of him. But he started talking about the old days and when I first started. He was the first player that told me to keep doing what I was doing because the media was going to eat that up in a few years. He watched how they followed me around in the Coliseum because I never sit still. I couldn't sit still.
And when he met you, he was a kid. When he first probably set eyes on you, he was like,
look, when I first met him, he was Alzado's protege.
Oh my God, man. That's crazy. That is crazy, man. let me ask you this, man. What games am I gonna see you at in Vegas this year, man?
Hopefully every one.
There we go. There we go. I know last year we were, before the pandemic hit, we actually talked. And around, I think pretty much around where it pretty much started. But you were kind of like, I don't know where I am yet with everything. To hear that, it just made my heart melt, man. So I know you're gonna be there. Hey, beer on me, bro. Drinks on me when I get there.
You know what it was, Graphk? I was dealing with those emotions we talked about earlier. The fact that they were actually gone and I'm evicted. So now I'm figuring I'm homeless. So I was kind of like torn right through that. But what I did was lean on my faith. I just started praying about the situation. And you see how at ease I am now? The doors are going to open some kind of way. And brother, I will be in there in spikes and them boots, raising hell like before.
But what's crazy, man? You have such a great spirit that even if you are battling something, you never know because your faith never wavers. And we need to all take that. Everybody in this chat, man, take that and realize, man, that God is real, God is good. And when you put your faith in him, man, look at man, Hall of Fame, the cigars. I mean, you got a lot going on, man. the things you've done for the nation, you should be able to be able to live off the shield. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, you should be able to live off the shield for the rest of your life because of the money you put into this, the time, the tears, the blood, the sweat. You deserve it, man. You really do. And for you to do things like you kind of helped me say, you know what? I'm gonna jump the good. Like this time next year, I'm not working anymore. I'm pushing my clothing line, my podcast. That's all I'm doing. I told myself 12-month plan. I can quit now, but I got a family, benefits. They're great. You know what I mean? So I got to give it a little more time. But to see, you know, what you got going on, man, it really, really is an inspiration, man. I really appreciate, you know what I mean, just watching the growth, man. Watching it. I love it. I love it, man. I love it.
But like I say, man, the growth is that's the key. You have to grow. I've seen me when I started doing this, I was in my early 30s. Now I'm 64. So wisdom kicks in at some point. You know,
Yeah.
it ain't all emotion, it's wisdom now. So I speak a certain way that I didn't back then. And purpose. And like I say, you just lock on and you treat it like I say, this is a lifestyle and we choose to live this lifestyle. So why not be the best at it? When you know all around you is you got adversaries all around you. Why wouldn't that make you a force? And that's what I look at this right here. That is a force. That is a statement without a word being spoken.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know it, man. You know it.
Yes, sir. Don't have to say a word. That
at
matter
all.
of fact, that ignites conversation.
There
So
we
if
go.
you're shy and you want to go somewhere and you want somebody to talk to you, put that on.
Yep. Let me ask you this real quick, man. For all the future guys and girls in the nation that are just looking for that spark, like the look for, like, what does it take for that? Like they want to dress, they want to do what you did and what you do, and they're scared to do it. Because I know I've seen a lot of people that say, you know, man, I would love to do it. I don't have the confidence for that. What would you tell them?
Here's the deal. Now, here was my formula, because I never cared what everybody else thought. It's what you feel.
Yes.
That's the
it.
formula right there. Because
simple as that.
Simple as that. I never cared. You know, I've heard, oh, you weird. You're a little different. Different is good because God
really
puts us here to be different, to come together. Remember, I always talk about pieces of the puzzle. As those pieces come together, there's a beautiful picture being constructed.
Yes, sir.
So just know who you are. That character may not be you. That's an outlet. That's another level that showing, like mine was just to show people how I felt inside all the time.
Yes, sir. Well, I want the nation to know we coming up on an hour. I don't want to keep my OG all night because I want to have more stories during the season, man. I would love to bring you back on. If you are free, I'm gonna be in the draft. I'm flying to Cleveland, man, for the draft. I'm gonna be live out there. At some point, I would love to bring you on. Maybe you could talk about how you like, you know, the choices we pick. You know, our draft picks at some point. That'd be great. I want everybody to know.
I appreciate that, man. I hopefully will be in Vegas at a draft party, so we'll be doing it live from both points.
There we go. Let everybody know every single thing you got going on right now, where they can find it, where they can find you. One more time, plug the book, show everybody the cover, man. You know what I mean? Let everybody know what it is. The Walk, Footsteps of My Journey is available now. And where can they find it? I'm going to put the link up, but where can they find it?
Get that. The easiest place to get it is Amazon or Barnes & Noble. That's the two easiest places to get it. Now, if you want it autographed, hit me up with a DM and I'll give you that information. I'll sign it, say something nice for you, and send it to you.
Where can they follow you on Instagram?
Instagram is Mabry Wayne. Just look for that striped face right there, and you're at the spot.
Mabry Wayne.
Twitter at Violator 57.
The cigars. What we got going on with that, man?
Hey, I got some Hall of Fame editions of that V57, bro. That's also, you just hit me up in a private message, and I will send you all the info. For all those connoisseurs, sisters and brothers of the leaf, I love you.
There we go. There we go. And one more time, real quick, the link one more time for the clothing. What everybody wants to know. That was it modo-sports.com?
Modo, yeah, MODO-sports.com. Graphk.com.
There we go. And I got one more chat real quick. Hey, Violator, tell a Graphk about the time I had you in Pasadena at the hotel, and we were doing that video shoot in a room with the green screen and all the people that were looking at us. Do you remember that? Do you remember that story? I know you've been around a lot. So
Oh, yeah, I do remember something in Pasadena. Wow, man, I know exactly what he's talking. Oh, what the hell was that?
you said it was a
Oh,
hotel room somewhere.
it was a hotel. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
I'm trying to
yeah.
think who it was with though. Oh, it was so funny because I had to walk like a block to get to the door, after I
Mhm.
parked. So I'm fully dressed and broad daylight. I got sword and everything on my side. So they're like, what the hell? And I'm just like, and again, I'm in the zone. So I'm just no emotions, just straight ahead. I just remember people like, this guy's going into the hotel? What the hell? Yeah, that was some good stuff, man. Whoever that is, man. Look, that was funny as hell. When I got back in my truck, I just bawled laughing, dude.
Todd wants to know, where can he get your cigars at?
Tell Todd to DM me, and I
Okay,
will
yeah, yeah.
send him that information.
Okay,
See,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I'm gonna put his Instagram. I'm gonna put his Instagram in the description box as
that's
well.
right. Just DM
And
me on any one of those, and I get you that information, brother.
I want my signed book, so I'm gonna hit you up in the DM after this, and I need that. And whatever we need to do to make that happen, I need that in the man cave. That's a must for me.
And just share that with your audience when I send that information to you, brother. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. I'll make sure. I'll do a separate video where I just talk about that. Point blank. Period, man.
That's
You
it.
know what I
That's
mean?
what we do, man. That's what we do. Like I say, ain't no egos and pride should be involved with this.
At
It's all
all.
about family and love on each other.
Yep. Hey, Robert
So
Hicks, he would like a copy of your book signed, and congratulations. Hit him up on the DM on Instagram.
that's
Hit him
right.
up,
On
and he
Twitter,
got you.
whatever. Yep.
Yes, he
Even
got you. But
Facebook.
well, man, this was a blessing, man. I know we talk all the time on IG, on Facebook and all that good stuff.
I'm watching you all the time, brother.
And the same here, brother. I really appreciate you, man, and all the hard work you put in for the nation. I can only aspire to be what you are to the nation, man. Like, you are a huge, huge, huge inspiration in my life for what I'm doing with this. And like I said, one more time, man, it's all about this shield. And I am looking forward to seeing you this season. Drinks on me. Love you, brother. And like I said, all his description, everything's gonna be in the description. Everything, his IG, the website to the clothes, like everything. So you guys make sure to check out the description once this uploads. I appreciate you, brother. I
I
really do, man.
appreciate you more, brother. Look, my last word to you is to keep inspiring. And all your podcast buddies, y'all need to come together more just to show we're stronger together than fighting against each other.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, couldn't said any better than that, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
You already know.
You have a great night, OG. I'm gonna be talking to you. I'm gonna hit you up right now in the DM so I can get that book.
You got it, brother. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. All right, brother. Big night, nation. Man. I just wanted to talk to y'all real quick before we wrap it up. Shout out to my big homie, man. He always hits me up with kind words. He always just inspires me, man. He always hits me with that sermon, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother. Hey, Raider Travis, thank you too, brother, for sharing that. I really appreciate you, brother. I'm sorry I couldn't get to everybody's comments. Hey, man, just to hear his stories is just enough for me. Y'all, this is going to be my last live until the draft. I'm sorry. Still going to drop some videos, do some stuff like that. Got a lot going on, man. I want to make sure, this draft is right. I'm going live out there in Cleveland. It's going to be crazy. So I want to make sure that, we build the momentum up right. And I don't want to be burnt out, man. I love my team too much. When it starts feeling like it's work, I want to step back a little bit because I love my team that much. That, you know what I mean? And I don't want to continue to, it is what it is. I'm moving to this new house, working, everything like that. But trust me, I'm going to be back in a few weeks. We're going to be lit at the draft. I am going live the whole 3 days in Cleveland. And I will for sure still drop videos, y'all. Trust me, I'm gonna be dropping videos. It's just the lives. I'm gonna kind of fall back from it for a bit. I think we did enough right these past 2 days. Yesterday, man. Shit, me, Hancho, Mitch, Sanjeet, Samoan. I mean, today, man, we had Violator. I actually have some more treats on the way, man. You know what I mean? And I want to make sure when I do these lives, they're meaningful. So I got some players on the way. Yes, I actually have some players on the way to do some lives with. So it's about to be lit, y'all. It's about to be lit, man. The Raider, man, I appreciate you, brother, from dropping fire content to getting on all the channels together on a weekly basis. And now Violator, you becoming the GOAT of Raiders podcasting. The Raider, I appreciate you. I really do, brother. Thank you so much for those kind words. This is what it's about, man. Like I said, y'all, I'm not in competition with nobody. If somebody represents this, I represent them. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, it is what it is. I'm gonna knock back this beard off and kick it with y'all for a second. Just a couple more minutes on the live. Daniel celebrating the birthday tonight. Got that 93 proof rum. Thanks for having Violator on. Happy birthday, Daniel. Everybody let Daniel know in the comments section. Happy birthday, Daniel, my brother. Another lit show. Yes, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Violator, man. Violator, man. Such a good spirit, man. Such a good spirit. He was who I needed to talk to today, y'all. You know, last night, you know, we did 2-hour show, and I'm gonna be honest, I was a little after the show. I just wish it would have went. It was a great show. Don't get me wrong. I had something else in my mind, and I was a little, you know, kind of like, damn, man, like, but today, man, this was the perfect show to bring me back, man. Bring me back in good spirits. Hold on real quick, man. Raider Travis, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Raider Travis, for those who don't know, man, Trav is always on Everything Nation. He supports everything that we all do. So I appreciate you, brother. I'll get you a drink in Cleveland, G. P.S. Happy birthday. Hey, you gonna be out there? Vote Courts, you gonna be in Cleveland? Let me know, brother. Let me know. Congrats and thank you, Graphk, for what you do for the nation. Hey, man, I'm just doing I'm doing the work that's supposed to be done, family. But I appreciate you, man. I'm just doing the work that's supposed to be done, brother. That's it, man. Yeah, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Yeah, man. Nation, one more time. I love y'all. Yeah, man. Great week, man. A great week. The Raider, if you want a podcast, brother, if you really do, if anybody else that wants to start a YouTube channel or wants to do something like this, do not be afraid to hit me on Instagram at Graphk916 or leave something in the comment section. I would love to be a part of getting y'all going, man. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Yo, this interview is dope. Mad props. Some of these Raiders stories got my eyes glossy. That's how much I love the Raiders. Violator is a legend. That's facts, brother. That's facts, brother. Cheers, brother. Cheers, brother. Graph, who will be at first round, pick 17. I still got Moreg. I still got Trayvon Moreg out of TCU safety. That's who I got, man. I mean, we need or Morrig. I'm sorry. We need a real safety, man. And Morrig's that guy. Great stream Graphk. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Canadian Raider. I appreciate you, brother. Knock Andrew. San Jose is in the house. That's what's up, bro. New house. What? Congratulations. You are definitely stepping out, stepping up, and standing out tough with the moves you are making. I'm kind of late in subscribing and thumbing up immediately. Sean L. I appreciate you, brother. We had a fire show with Violator tonight. For those who didn't get to see him, we spoke for about an hour. The video is going to be up right after this, man. Y'all make sure y'all go back and check out the show. On that note, I love y'all, nation. I really, really do, man. Y'all gonna see me soon, man. I really, really love y'all, man. I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. If y'all represent this, I'm all off. If y'all represent this, I represent you. Point blank, period, man. Love y'all, nation. I'm gonna go spend some time with my family, man. Come on.